Welcome back to Athletic Everyday, day number 243. Started out this session with a few L-sit holds. This session was aimed at being quite light because over the last few days, I've been accumulating a lot of fatigue. So it is very, very important to do load management and to just listen to your body. You know when your body needs to have a recovery day. Doesn't mean you can just sit around and do nothing. Recovery for me is a session like this, essentially. Then I felt like playing around with some Zercher and high bar variants of the same movement pattern, essentially. So the movement pattern I wanted to do was a lunge / split squat / unilateral squat pattern, whatever you want to call it. I don't really know what the difference between a lunge and a split squat actually is. I know that reverse lunge, some people tend to call that a split squat. I think a split squat is when your feet are already split and then you're just touching the back knee to the ground. Whereas a lunge is when you start in that bilateral position, then you split the legs and then you step back into the bilateral position. Anyway, regardless, I decided that I wanted to do Zercher reverse lunge and then Zercher good mornings, as well as high bar reverse lunge and then high bar good mornings, just so I could get a feeling for the difference between the two and just to get some nice mixed work in for this session. Nice light session it was here. So once I completed that, I decided that I was going to do some sled with Daniela again, and the sled work today was a total of about 5 minutes. We loaded the sled up decently heavy, nowhere near as heavy as it was last week. I think that was a little bit too heavy last week for me. It wasn't particularly convenient. And you don't really have to load the sled super heavy unless you're doing it on a work day, like a particularly high stimulus day. You want to maybe work on a little bit of building some leg strength. Then you could load the sled a little bit heavier. But this week, I just wanted to have the sled moving decently well so that I could just move it for an extended period of time and get that conditioning and that work capacity in as well. The more I train, the more I realize that on rest / recovery days, you aren't being completely inactive. You're moving as much as you can. Very low intensity, sort of general movement, moving every joint in the body through a decently full range of motion is the best way to recover. It's not saunas, it's not ice baths, it's not a certain type of food or supplement. It is just general movement. Motion is lotion. The more you move, the better you recover. There's not really any complex recipe to it. It's that simple. Just move and make sure that it's not excessively high intensity. Low intensity, general movement is the best way to recover. Doing it as much as you can, because there's not really a limit to the amount of low intensity work that you can do. And the more you do of it, the better you get at it. And the better you get at it, the better you get at recovering. Felt great after this session. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.